and faculty and my dear students. Firstly, I would like to say thank you very much for having me here. It's a wonderful thing. When I got an invitation that we're having a Techno Management Festival in GIACR Raigada, I was really, really excited to know that something of this kind is happening in Raigada. I just tell you, my father, late Sri Ramchandra, was the first rival graduate in the whole undivided Koraput district. He had to go to Parampur to complete his graduation. And now in Raigada, what we are seeing is we have 4 or 5 different engineering colleges, and we are having a Techno Management Festival. And it's an honor for me to come here and say a few words here. But before I start something, I'd like to say one simple formula. E equal to MC square. I believe all of you must have heard about this, right? E equal to MC square. Yes? Okay. You will never use this in your life. This is the last time you heard. You will never use this in your life. So what's important, the point which I'm trying to make is, this Techno Management Festival here, you must be taking part in robotics and lot of things. It's not important that you carry this output and present it somewhere, but you need to learn from the experience that you have here. And in a year or 2 or 3, you will join some of the industries, maybe companies like Infosys, TCS or some core companies. And everyone, right from your TL to your manager to your delivery manager, everyone will ask you what value you bring on table. Okay? What value you bring on table here. I'll talk about a couple of companies like, Facebook here. And you have Apple. Facebook is a different company, it's not completely technical, it's an idea, social collaboration. Apple is completely technology. You have Steve Jobs and Mark Zuckerberg. How it clicked is through innovations here, both on functional front and technology front. So what do you think? It's important that you implement some of these activities, and you need to have a pace here. When Samir Bhatia invented Hotmail, he sold it to Microsoft for some $2 million here. Now when I think that idea back 10 years back is something very simple. You make a database, you have an email ID where you allow people to exchange mails and everything. But I'm thinking that now, you'll be only successful when you think ahead of future, 10 years down the line, you see what's happening. Why is that it is not possible that something like Facebook or other things come out from RIDA or people from GIACR or all the participating colleges? It's very much possible. But what is important is you need to understand the changing ecosystem which we have currently. Cell phone. Someone invented cell phone, telephone, Graham Bell, 100 years back, and till about 10 years or 20 years, it was more or less like I used to go to people a recommendation to get telephone connection. Yeah? Now my maid has a telephone connection, cell phone. My driver has a cell phone connection, everyone has a cell phone connection. And the calls, previously it used to be 20 rupees, 30 rupees if you do a mobile call. Now we have different programs in Docomo and everything. You say, for 1 second you pay 1 paisa. How is this happening? This is because of people like you, me and all of us. We are the differentiators. And this comes when, along with your technology skills, like you must be good in programming and other things, you need to have the business acumen. You need to see what is changing, the ecosystem is changing completely. Apple, for example, the iTouch, iPhones and everything, it is anyway state-of-art handset. But what Android has given to, like iPhone or Android has given to other phones, the operating system and everything. So this you have lot of apps which are on iPhone and Android system separately. You have 10,000, 20,000 apps running and you play Angry Birds. Do you? You heard about Angry Birds? Good, you heard about Angry Birds. So there are a lot of things that are happening, and so people are trying to create an ecosystem and you need to be part of it. And if you're not part of it, you can't go on. And if you can create an ecosystem, that's when you can become someone like Mark Zuckerberg or Steve Jobs, someone like the Bill Gates, for example. And I want to tell you something which is happening in Infosys as well. You must have heard about Airtel Money currently, right? The new ad coming up. We are co-developing this with Airtel. It's a proprietary software called Flip. and I happen to be one of the team members who are taking part in developing these apps. So if you see Infosys, we used to be a services industry where we try to believe in global development methodology and everything, where we say if a customer has some needs, we provide it. But we are shifting and we are moving to the real world. We are trying to do innovations, and I'm sure like all the techno management events that you had, like you make some robots every day, right? That is wow. If you can sell some of the robots or patent those, then you'll be really, really rich and famous. But what's important is you need to understand that you can create a difference. So when you join a company, you need to take this learning back from the GIACR, which is a wonderful forum where you participated, you won. Go to the table and say that, okay, boss, this is what the difference I'm bringing. And yeah, I will tell a bit about my story also. When I graduated, there was the bubble burst here. Like we had offers from Infosys and other people, but they didn't give me an offer. So it was more or less like I didn't have a job. So what was important for me is to believe in me. So in case you're graduating out of the college, you don't have a job or something like that, you look at different avenues where you can make a difference in. So the whole thing which I want to say is that you're doing wonderfully good in your school and colleges, but when you come out, it's a very, very different world. It's completely rat race, and there won't be any consolation prize for losers. Everyone has to win up, and that's when you have to come together here. With this I say, don't try to go for success, rather try to go for excellence. That is the only thing which can make you a differentiator in this whole market. With this, I'd like to conclude my speech and a wonderful event. I'm really proud that you guys are doing something here. Thanks to the faculty and everyone here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your motivational address. In fact, you have beautifully summed up very important theories